I think martial art made my life. I'm not gonna talk about the security because I do it just for living. I discovered Jiu-Jitsu from you in 2013 when I already was a black belt, like 7 years black belt. Straight, I was interested by the ground. I took off my black belt away and I put a white belt. I'm not anymore a black belt. I'm still a white belt. I'm a white belt in Jiu-Jitsu, and you know my mind. The belt doesn't matter. The color of belt is not a problem. The problem is the person. And I had the philosophy to learn. Learning is the most important thing in life. How to be better every day.
Basically between 2013 and 2023, we made trips to mostly West Africa, but also we went to Kenya once, we went to Tanzania once. We were making these trips to Africa about once a year with the intent to just spread the Jiu-Jitsu lifestyle and help create opportunities by sharing knowledge, which really turned out to be exactly what happened. The first guy that really committed to training with us, Boubacar Jallo, Bouba, who's in a number of our videos. I mean, Bouba really committed, and he has his own school now, and it's successful, and we were able to maintain connection and that sort of thing. But the original vision was to share knowledge and to create credibility or bona fides for certain people, but there just weren't there's only a certain number of people who really wanted to train, and Bouba was one of them. And today he's like the first homegrown Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in Senegal. There's a couple other black belts, but Bouba had all his promotions, and there were a number of people involved. It wasn't just us. There were a couple of people who helped pass the knowledge and help them build that lifestyle. In any case, our last trip, we went back in 2023. It was like a culminating trip, and it was a great trip. And it really, at that point, it's a vacation. That first trip in 2013 was kind of hard, adjusting to the training facilities that were available there, that kind of thing. But that was a huge part of our team. And at that time in 2013, we had just moved in here. Anthony, Adam, and Jaron, they were all blue belts, and they were pretty young. I don't remember how old Adam was, but I think he was maybe 18 or something. I don't remember. But they were all in, traveled with me, did the seminars, dealt with the discomfort. They were all in, and we really thought we were doing something. We thought we were helping somebody. I thought we were doing something, different and cool. Turns out they helped us. We got way more out of it than they did. Yes, there's jiu-jitsu, but that would have happened eventually in Senegal anyway. They have a grappling culture. Their number one sport in Senegal is lama, or wrestling. It's like a type of sumo wrestling. It's an ancient tradition. It really is the biggest sport in Senegal. It's a very unique thing if you get to experience it in Senegal. And we did some videos on that where we tried to highlight how cool it really was. But there was fertile ground for us to come in there, learn their style of grappling, share jiu-jitsu with them. And it was funny. I really, at that time, thought, here we were doing something charitable, but it turns out really all the charity was flowing our way. We just didn't know it. We got way more out of it, out of that whole experience with those guys. And I wouldn't say I'm not proud of it. That's not the right word. I'm grateful for that experience. Just, it changed our team. It bonded us in a way that we otherwise, something would have happened, but it really made that first group of KoaTeam guys uniquely bonded. And I know all of us still carry a lot of that with us today. But the last trip was in 2023.